figure out how to deal with that uncertainty. Of course, they don't say exactly much about, they don't give us lessons exactly, how to create simulations and all that type of stuff, but in any case, that's in there. Then they finally get to belief structures and uncertainty. And, well, this is, I saw the cosmology episodes. I thought cosmetology episodes, but in any case, that's where we just make up stuff. But in any case, so when they talk about belief structures and uncertainty, and this is why they say in Table 2 that the personal beliefs are being collapsed, both for organization and stakeholder, is that we have, during these moments of uncertainty, these cosmology episodes. So what do they mean by all that type of stuff? Well, folks are traumatized. They say this cosmology episode is wherein uncertainty creates a disorienting experience in which beliefs and sense-making structures are severely hampered. These belief structures are severely impacted by the epistemic uncertainty we discussed at the beginning of this chapter. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you just don't know what's going on. And so that means you're sort of like we're zombies. We're in a haze. We don't know what's going on. And it basically says that crisis organizations also experience collapses of their belief structures. Even though they said in the ethics chapter that we always have to have these belief systems through credos and everything like that. But basically there's all this uncertainty, and so everything collapses. We don't know what's going on. We don't know who we are and everything like that. And then they move back to epistemological and ontological uncertainty that I've already discussed. So basically, this is what they say here as sort of a setup to that final lesson in the chapter. Crisis situations then create interesting and unconventional contexts in both organizations and stakeholders, in which both organizations and stakeholders need critical information to reduce their uncertainty. As a result, both organizations and stakeholders search for this information. However, they rarely speak to one another. The organization in crisis often stonewalls and explains that if they had information, they would share it publicly. This is the bad stuff. On the other hand, the organization stakeholders are often left wondering if they will receive the necessary information to protect themselves and find out what happened. Related to this vacuum of communication is the media, which often speculate on questions, blah, 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 blah. So lesson 10, crises challenge the way organizations think about and conduct their business. And they're also setting that up implicitly, talking about how crises can also help organizations become a new organization, a renewed organization, have a rebirth, etc., etc., etc. So basically, these, the whole belief structure, who we think we are, and everything like that, is collapsed because of the crisis. So that's what they say. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know if you've ever seen the Mel Brooks. I forgot exactly what the thing is called, but he says he has 15 commandments, and then he drops them. And he goes, no, 10 commandments. But in any case, so again, to quickly recap, 10 lessons here from this chapter on managing crisis uncertainty effectively. Pretty clear-cut stuff. Number 1, organization members must accept that a crisis can start quickly and unexpectedly. Yeah, duh, definition of crisis. Lesson 2, organizations should not respond to crisis with routine solutions. Duh, it's a crisis, it's new, we need novel solutions. Threat is perceptual, so there's always going to be, is it big, is it small, whatever. We got to learn the facts. Everybody's going to have a different perspective or perceive the threat differently. Lesson number 4, crisis communicators must communicate early and often following a crisis, regardless of whether they have critical information about the crisis. And don't stonewall, don't over reassure, etc. Don't give absolutes. Lesson 5, organizations should not purposely heighten the ambiguity of a crisis to deceive or distract the public. Lesson number 6, be prepared to defend your interpretation of the evidence surrounding a crisis. 7, without good intentions prior to crisis, recovery is difficult or impossible. 8, if you believe you are not responsible for a crisis, you need to build a case for who is responsible and why. 9, organizations need to prepare for uncertainty through simulations and training. And 10, crisis challenge the way organizations think about and conduct their business, because everything's crazy. So hopefully that helped you out. It's a pretty clear-cut chapter. We will talk and discuss about this stuff, on Tuesday. I look forward to reading your papers. I leave you with this.